What's good, everybody? I'm Casey, and this is Casey on Tap, of course. Thank you so much for being part, wherever you are, however you are listening or watching. I greatly appreciate it. Quickly, before we get into this pre-4th of July holiday content, would like to say thank you to our new places, new faces, the most recent downloads. We're going to Akron, Ohio. What's up, Goodyear? What's up, Akron, Ohio? Okay, Albert Lee, Minnesota. Hello up there in Minnesota. Dresden, Germany, across the pond. Yes, we are in 17 different countries now, which is wild to think about. 159 cities, 17 countries. So welcome, Dresden, Germany, and Solon, Ohio, just to name a few. Okay, folks, ready to rock and roll another week. Just another week of beautiful summertime weather. It is hot. It is hot in the land, likely hot wherever you are. We're in the high 90s. Summertime is officially here. The 4th of July, right around the corner. It's just right around the corner. So if I say 4th of July to you right now, you got plans? Oh boy, we got plans, don't we? Cookouts, barbecues, and you betcha, drinking. We're drinking because this is America. All right, 4th of July, fireworks, flags, burgers on the grill coming up. Ironically, a day where we celebrate freedom, right? Freedom to gather, freedom to speak our minds, freedom to live without being ruled. We celebrate the idea that we get to choose our lives, not have them chosen for us. No. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That is what America is all about. Interesting, however, self-freedom. We talk about independence as a country. Do we talk about independence as a person? Not very often. The truth is, a lot of us, the vast majority of us, aren't really free, are we? Stings a little bit. Gets stingy. I'm free. Damn you. Don't tell me I'm not free. No, you're not. Still living in chains, shackles. The chains that, as Jack said in A Few Good Men, we don't like to talk about at parties. Chains that, shackles that they come with hangovers, regrets, shame, and God forbid, harm to self, others. We wake up feeling stuck. We go to bed numbing. Somewhere in the middle, we start to wonder if this is just how life is supposed to be. 4th of July coming up. Not just a national celebration. Let's make it a personal checkpoint, shall we? How about a checkpoint? And, bear with me. For those of you listening right now and you're telling the person that turned this on, oh, turn this off, this blowhard. Just give me a minute. Give me a chance. What if this was a personal checkpoint, no matter where you are in life? See, that's the really, really awesome thing about this journey, about life that I've been unfolding for the last 9.5 years, is the key to knowledge is understanding you know nothing at all, right? So many of you think you just know who you are. It's just how I am. It's just how they are. There's nothing more sad to me. Dare I say pathetic? I don't want to sound condescending or insulting. There's nothing more sad when I'm around people and, maybe somebody is just blatantly rude and nasty to another person, impatient. And then the person who's being walked all over says, oh, it's okay. It's just how they are. Really? They're a jerk? They're short-tempered? They're unwilling to compromise? That's who they are in this blessed, finite sip of consciousness we get, this life we get, this one-time deal we get to explore, see, become, open our minds to anything. That's what they are. Oh, yeesh. No thanks. And what about the person that accepts that? They've subconsciously decided that's who they are. They're going to be walked over. They're going to be talked down to. They're going to be looked at differently and beneath others. And they've accepted that as their reality. We've come to the right place today, right? A reminder today to ask yourself, you don't have to say it out loud, just like Mr. Rogers. Imagine me being the new Mr. Rogers for adults, and we're just in the living room here, and I got my cardigan on, and you and me are just talking. Just you and me. Am I truly free? Am I truly free with the sparklers in my hand and watching the fireworks above and, partying and eating all the grilled beef and meat? But on the other hand, I got this thing they call the devil's juice. This thing that I've just had in my life for so long. And I know it's detrimental at this point on many levels, but I'm still going to put on a big old smile and walk around like everything's hunky-dory. Am I living a choice at this point or a habit? Are you living your true choice or is it a habit? What would it feel like to wake up and not be chained to alcohol? Or shame or fear? What would that be like? What would we do on holidays, right? What would we do with days off if we didn't have the thing that we've done since we turned 18, 19, 20, whatever, for our whole lives? See, real freedom isn't about the flags and the fireworks and the pomp and circumstance. It's about the ability to live your life unfiltered. Okay, and for all you YOLOs out there, you're right. YOLO, you only live once. How do we protect it? How do we nurture it? It's all fun and games when you're young and you think you're invincible and all that garbage. You start to creep up, get a little long in the tooth, and life becomes a little fragile. And you've got children and nieces and nephews, and you want to be around. You want to be conscious. You want to be alert, alive, healthy, to show up fully present and fully you. When's the last time you were fully you? I wonder. This episode, for anybody out there carrying a quiet question, no matter how far you've ascended in the financial arenas of this world, or no matter how low you perceive yourself to be at this point, that whisper that creeps up late at night, early in the morning. Maybe I drink too much. Maybe this isn't working for me anymore. Starting to wonder if I even know my spouse before we have a few cocktails in it. Is there more than this? Allow me to paint you a picture. Perhaps you're a high achiever, and I know many high achievers. I start talking about drinking, and they don't think I'm talking about them. Yeah. Talking about everybody else? No, I'm talking about you. Always on, always performing, always going, always laughing. Yuck. But the drinks at night becomes less of a treat over time and more of a crutch, if we're being honest. Maybe you're the weekend warrior. You don't drink at all during the week, telling yourself it's just social, right? But then you power through the weekend and it is go time with the sauce, right? It's all fun and games, even though Monday keeps showing up and a little foggy, the headache, a little slower, starting to tax you a bit, or more than a bit. Maybe you're the mom or dad who told yourself or tell yourself, one glass of wine, it's me time. Until we all know it's 2 or 3 glasses, and perhaps the guilt, creeps in a little bit, right? Because that's the fun thing about the sauce, about the devil's juice. The fun thing is it's the devil's laughing his arse off, and the war is going on between your ears. And he knows, the devil knows, it's such a dichotomy, because it's a battle that you'll fight between your ears. And you'll fight when someone like me comes and shines the light. First instinct, like we talked about last week, is just to absolutely lash out and defend it, because God forbid we show some vulnerability. Okay? Perhaps you're the skeptic. You've never hit rock bottom. You're not blacking out, but you know in your gut, this isn't aligning. This doesn't feel free. If any of this sounds familiar, anything close, this episode might be for you, might be for someone you love. Believe me, every single week, the people that approach me, the people that I see, the people that I am around, the effects, the nonstop horrific effects of alcohol, it's relentless. Therefore, I must be just as relentless for you. Okay. And if this is resonating, a lot of you out there are like, oh my gosh, please keep talking. My spouse thinks I'm nuts. My friends think I'm nuts. You're not nuts. Oh, let old Mr. Rogers, Mr. Case, let me come to your aid. Okay. None of this information, nothing I'm talking about is to shame anybody. It's not to scare anybody. It's not to, I don't know, degrade anybody. The reality is, if you've got a relationship with alcohol and you're listening to the words of my voice, odds are there's some stingy going on, some irritation, some pushback. I just want you to know that the idea of freedom from total liberation, okay, is absolutely available. It is. And the best version of you is in there, ready to rock and roll and blaze that trail moving forward. You don't need a new year. Oh, I'll just wait till the new year. You don't need a new year. You certainly don't need rock bottom. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite myths is rock bottom. And I learned this in AA meetings. They'd say, if you think you're at rock bottom, just stay on the elevator. There's another floor down. There is no rock bottom by definition. Technically 6 feet under when you die. Yeah, that's all of our rock bottoms. But if you think it can't get any worse, things will just take care of themselves. If you're in a really bad spot and you're sliding, stay on that elevator, boy. There's always one more floor down. You got to step off that elevator, baby. You got to get off. You just need that moment of honesty. God, this is the hardest thing. That moment of honesty when we're defending and we're fighting, and it's part of us for so long, and it's part of this identity that we think that we've created. The moment of honesty to say, yeah, no. Yeah, no. I don't want this anymore. The most powerful moment of all time. And what better moment than right now? Celebrating freedom and what it means to be free. All right. How about this journey we're on? Don't stop believing. They're a great band, Journey. But I got to tell you, I used to think I knew it all. I used to think I was on top of the world. I was young and dumb and full of, whatever they say. And it truly is amazing. Now, here I am, the journey, the people that you try to impress and the family members that you think their opinions literally are the gravitational pull in your world, and all these false, ill-conceived notions that we grow up with. And then someday, hopefully, like I have, you truly realize that this one sip of life, this thing that we get, all of us, is so unique. And it's absolutely a journey, not just from birth to death, but every single thing: relationships, friendships, jobs, well-being, anything you're learning, everything's a journey. There's a beginning. You're either the beginning of it, you're toward the end of it, or everything. Like the great Paul Simon and Garfunkel once wrote and sang, and the leaves that are green turn to brown, and they wither with the wind, and they crumble in your hand. Is cyclical, right? The seasons, life, everything, the journey. So I wonder, when's the last time you knew that or realized that? Whether you're stuck, not stuck, whether do you feel like things are changing, not changing? Every day we're moving, you're becoming, you're deciding, not all at once, right? Through the small stuff every day, the drink you pour just to take the edge off, the skipped morning routine because you're foggy, the anxious overthinking at 3 a.m. You don't need to wait for some dramatic turning point. You're in the middle of your story right now, man. The path you're on, only you know. It leads toward freedom or away from it, right? It leads toward life or taking away of said life. So I talk to a lot of people who say to me, I think about not drinking, but what would I do in the holidays? I don't know what I would do at birthday parties or the 4th of July or Memorial Day. Coolers full of beer, cookouts. Everyone, hey, grab it. Hey, what's wrong with you? You know, the one friend who always gets sloppy by 4:00. Maybe that's you. I don't know. It used to be me at times. Celebrations, holidays, but we use them as a day to escape. Escape what? Our spouses, our friends, our jobs? Well, therein lies a different problem. We toast to things. Independence. If you've ever wondered what would 4th of July be like if I wasn't drinking, odds are that's not a question. Odds are it's a red flag, right? If you can't imagine a holiday, a single day, a week, without looking forward to that drink, happy hour, toast, that's captivity. Okay? It really is. I mean, and most people won't even say that out loud. Yeah, it's Tuesday at lunch, and I'm looking forward to happy hour tonight or this weekend because I know I'm going to have parties to go to. Most people won't even say, yeah, that's absolutely. My mind is, how do I get there? How do I get there instead of being present? How do I get where? To the drink, right? The craziest Matrix style lie is the missing out of everything. Of course, you could still go to these parties. You're not missing out at all. I actually challenge you to go to these parties and just take a few moments to talk to people after they've had 4 or 5, and you may see it differently, right? Me personally, I finally feel like I actually showed up in life, and I used to think I was showing up, but now I truly do show up, and that's freedom. Not the kind with sparklers and slogans, the kind you earn by doing the work, by walking away from the thing that kept you small and keeps you small and toward the version of yourself that you're meant to be. Let's talk about the lies. All right. I was talking to somebody recently about, conversation about alcohol. And there's no middle ground with me. It's 100% passionate, trailblazing. It's poison. Okay? That's who I am 24 hours a day. And they said, well, there are some people that could drink responsibly, Casey. Yeah, I know. And there's people out there that win the Mega Millions too. And there's people out there that see Bigfoot out in the Pacific Northwest. Come on, man. Sell it somewhere else. I'm all stocked up here, right? Friends, coworkers, family. So this is for the people who in their minds, they know and they want to, but they're bombarded and they're surrounded by people and they don't feel like they have the strength or support. Allow me to give you the strength and support. Okay. Because you're going to hear the following nonsense. It's nonsense. You're going to hear it. And I want you to know, I want you to look at me, clear mind. Okay. Passionate to the gills. I want you to know it's absolute nonsense. All right. If you're not prepared, these little comments they'll derail you. They'll especially if you're just, because it takes courage. Okay. It takes courage to break free. It takes courage to be honest. Okay. The first lie, and the one that I just recently heard, you just need to drink responsibly. I can't even say it with a straight face now. You don't need to quit. You just don't need to go overboard. Look, what are we talking about right now? If you're always negotiating with yourself, if you've Googled how much is too much, if you ask somebody, if you're waking up questioning it ever, if someone's ever saying to you, hey man, you might want to put that down, that's not control. You know it. I know it. It's a cycle. And the people that tell you to drink responsibly, I guarantee you, have been sloshed multiple times in the last year or so. Okay? Nobody controls alcohol. I mean, the devil's laughing his arse off. You're not in control. Alcohol's in control, son. Stop it. You see all these alcohol commercials in these companies. Please, Seagram's or Budweiser or, whatever, Sky Vodka. Please drink responsibly. Really? You think these companies want you to drink responsibly? Wake up, baby. Wake up. Come on now. You don't manage poison, this toxin. Okay. You remove it. What are we talking about here? Oh, just drink a thimble full of Clorox. Drink it responsibly. No thanks. No thank you. Okay. No one. Have you ever heard anybody say, you should learn to use cocaine responsibly? Oh, that's different, Casey. No, it's not. You're right. You're right. It is different. There's a 99% chance you probably never would have started the Coke had you not drank. Let's get there. So it's not different. Alcohol is a drug. It's a carcinogen, and it's taking years away from your life, right? Money, time, relationships. It's addictive, it's numbing, and it's pushed everywhere socially. You want to be free? Stop trying to master moderation. Start claiming clarity. Free yourself. How about this lie? Lie number 2. You're an adult. Oh, I drink like an adult. You're an adult. We're all adults here. Adults can drink. You alcoholics, Casey, like you. Oh, too bad you're not adult. What? So I'm laughing because I'm 9.5 years in, and it's such poppycock nonsense. At first, I would have been intimidated by it. Oh man, right. It is part of being a grown-up is recognizing when something's not serving you. That's what being a grown-up is. Being an adult means making choices based on values, not vibes. Do you have core values? We talked about this last time. Do you have defined core values? Have you tried to understand who you are in the moment, who you've become in this life, and where we're going from it? Okay? Adults don't have to follow the crowd. Adults lead their own lives, and they lead by example, even when it's uncomfortable. Okay? So don't fall for that one. Number 3, the lie that may derail you. You're overthinking it. Life's short. Just enjoy it. YOLO. Oh my golly. YOLO. I got to tell you, for those people, you're surrounded by those people that they just put on this show of just carefree nonsense, right? Let's go to a wake together. I want to go to a wake, a funeral, because we're all humans and it's all ingrained in us, right? When death is in the room, something's different. And all these YOLO people, I tell you, when they're in that room, it's different. When the Grim Reaper is in the room and the finality is right in front of you, that YOLO, it's not as fun in games anymore. We all want to live. We all want to live, especially the older you get. Okay? You start to realize how fragile this thing is. And you want to be around as long as you possibly can, as healthy as you possibly can. I have to reference something that I read recently. It's just mind-boggling. A major global study published in a publication called The Lancet recently, just in the last few months, it was April, found that now listen, heavy drinkers, all right, bear with me here, heavy drinkers shortened their lives by 13 years. You're going to say, well, I'm not a heavy drinker. They defined heavy drinking as those who drank 8 drinks a week. Yeah, let that sink in. I'm not a heavy drinker. 8 drinks per week. Whoa. Wait, what? 8 drinks per week. 13 years. That's not a guy drinking vodka from 10 a.m. to midnight. It's not a couple sharing 15 bottles of wine for 2 days. This is Sunday brunch with bottomless mimosas or just 1 or 2 after work. When someone says life is short, just enjoy it, they're right. They're speeding it up, baby. They are speeding it up and calling it fun. You want to enjoy? Hey, I want to enjoy life. You want to enjoy life? How about stay alive for it? Stay alive to enjoy life. Start building a life that you don't need to escape from. Number 4, the lie number 4, you don't even have a problem. What are you talking about? Now, this one may come from people who mean well, right? You don't drink that much, or you're not hurting anybody, or you're just stressed. It's a phase. Sounds kind of motherly. The person that they don't mean harm by that. However, but if you're even asking the question or wondering, should I put it down? Something inside of you. Look, everyone knows, right? Everyone knows they're dancing with the devil. Everyone knows, all right? But you, if you're questioning, if you're wondering, if you're on the fence, that voice is starting to get a little louder, and you already know something's off, okay? What do you need? A DUI? Those are fun. A hospital trip? A wrecked relationship? What do you need? Right? You don't need any of those things. You don't need them. You don't need to prove pain to earn your peace. You just don't need to. Number 5, you'll be boring without it. Oh, now let me say this loud and clear. This one is hilarious to me because alcohol doesn't make anybody interesting. I used to think it did. Oh, I used to think it did. Alcohol does not make you. I'm talking to you, by the way. Yep, you, whoever's listening, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you, Mr. Life of the Party guy. Alcohol does not make you interesting. It makes you louder. It makes you looser. It doesn't make you more you. It just doesn't. Of course you're not boring without booze. You're undiluted. You're the raw, sharp, grounded version of you. And guess what? That version is powerful as hell. That's the version I want to meet now. I want to meet that one. Okay. That's who the great ones out there want to meet. They want to meet you. So the path forward, one step at a time. You don't need a 30-day challenge. You don't need to announce your sobriety to the world. You don't even need to be 100% sure of what you want. You just need that honest moment. That moment that you look at yourself and you say, is this really working for me? What would it feel like to not drink this weekend? What could I gain if I just tried something different? The time, the effort that's invested in it all, right? The time required you're thinking about the party before, you're preparing, you go, you spend your money. How much money would you save? Then the time we spend just drinking, and then the time afterwards we spend arguing and fighting and saying mean things we don't remember. Then the time the next day that we are hungover, and maybe the day after. I mean, what could we be doing with that time? That mental bandwidth. Holy cow. It doesn't require perfection. It requires truth. And you already know yours. Stay there. Stay with it. Don't roll back on it. Okay? If you've listened this far, I can almost guarantee you're a lot farther along than you think. Keep going. Keep going. So yeah, maybe this 4th of July looks different. Maybe the parties look different. You might be drinking a sparkly water while your friends are double fisting beers. You might feel awkward at first. You might feel unsure, but you won't feel ashamed. I promise you that. You'll feel free. Deep down inside, you'll feel free. And you'll wake up July 5th with energy, with pride, with your dignity fully intact. And maybe for the first time in a very long time, you'll feel like the person you were always meant to be. You did it. Hey, I did it. Wow, I'm still here. Yeah, I feel pretty good. Huh. Maybe I'll try it again. It's not about what you're giving up. This is one of the greatest illusions ever created. I'm giving something. Oh my God, you're not giving up anything. It's what you're taking back, baby. It's what you're taking back. Your time, your health, your presence, your power, your freedom. You're not crazy for questioning the way things are. It's the true secret to like questioning everything, open-minded, learning from third graders, learning from 95-year-olds and everything in between, questioning everything, wondering about this beautiful world and life. You're not broken for wanting something different. And of course, you're 100% strong enough to walk this road. How much longer are you going to let this thing beat you? How much longer are you going to be held captive by this poison? You've already started, man. Let's keep going. Every passing moment is a chance to turn it all around. Remember that. And if you like what you hear, please hit the like button and subscribe and share with someone in your life who may need to hear this message. All right? Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by. Take care out there. God bless. Be safe. Eat your red meat. We'll see you next time. Casey on Tap. Bye-bye.